Hello everyone, welcome to our video. Today we will be understanding how you can identify a suitable journal for your research publication or review article. There are various ways that you can perform this particular search, but I'll tell you some of the finders that you can use and identify the suitable journals that you can use for your submission of your paper. What I'm going to do in this video, I'll create a dummy title and also the abstract for that particular research. And then we go into a particular, finder. There are various publishers that provide different finders and we'll use those finders. So this is going to be a very, very useful exercise for you to understand how, to select a better journal for your publication, and this will enhance the acceptance rate. So it's very, very important that you find a particular journal which is suitable for your research. Otherwise, it's going to get rejected straight away, or you will waste significant amount of time just sending a paper which is not relevant to that particular journal. So in this video, I'll give you hands-on exercise. So you will be using the tools, various tools that are available. So if you want to, do the exercise along with me, that's a good idea. You can also create the dummy title and the dummy abstract and use that for your own area. And using that information, we will be selecting a particular suitable journal for our research. All right. Before we start onto the tutorial, hands-on tutorial, I want to thank our sponsor, which is Consensus. And if you're not aware of Consensus, let me give you a quick snapshot what Consensus is. Meet Consensus, the intelligent way to search for scientific research. Type in a question and let Consensus instantly sort and summarize trusted research findings all in one place. No more endless scrolling. With Consensus, you find what you need fast, clear, and verified. Compare studies effortlessly. Consensus allows you to analyze research from various sources side by side, helping you to make informed decisions quickly. Personalize your research experience. Create profiles that save your preferences, making it easier to access your most relevant topics. Collaborate seamlessly. Share your findings with colleagues and collaborate in real time, ensuring everyone is on the same page. Get Consensus today and simplify your research journey. I hope you like the idea of Consensus, and if you want to have a premium subscription of Consensus where you can use all the features, please check out the description box where we have provided the code, and you can use that code to get significant discount on your purchase. All right, with that note, let's jump onto the tutorial part. All right, everyone. So we'll start with the hands-on exercise on how we can find a suitable journal. I'll show you with the example, but for that, I need to create a dummy abstract and also title and the keywords. So many of the journal finders, they require that information, and using that information, they will find a suitable journal. They will basically suggest a suitable journal for your article. So using ChatGPT here, I'm going to create a dummy abstract for a particular research article. So I'm going to give a random kind of a topic to ChatGPT so that it can create a particular abstract for that research. Okay, based on whatever I can think, I've just given a typical prompt to ChatGPT, and I'm asking for an abstract where phytochemicals from citrus plants, they've been tested to inhibit the growth of the bacteria, specifically gram-negative bacteria, and I want ChatGPT to include typical techniques that are used in that kind of study, and also I'm asking for title and 5 keywords. So when you're doing research, I'm sure you will have that data with you. I'm just creating something which I can use for my research. So it's going to read it, and it's giving me a typical title, abstract also, giving the example of some gram-negative bacteria, and interestingly, it has used the most common techniques that are used in case of antimicrobial activity analysis. For example, microscopy, then quantitative PCR, and in addition to that, I also have keywords. Okay, so it seems like it's a decent abstract which we can use to identify suitable journals. Most likely the journals in the area of biotechnology and microbiology should be given to us by those finders. So in this one, harnessing citrus phytochemicals as potent inhibitors of gram-negative bacterial growth. So as you can see, sustainable word is also being used. So that's really, really good. I think this is going to give us a good search result. So I'm going to use this whenever I will be asked by the finder, right? So you will have your abstract. You can also, create whatever research you have done. You just create the abstract, and then let's see if we can do the hands-on exercise together so that we can find suitable journals. And please put in the comment section if you are able to get good journals. So that would be nice, right? So I'll tell you some of the finders. So we'll start with Elsevier, where journalfinder.elsevier.com. So this provides you the facility, the publisher, which is Elsevier, provides you the facility where you can put abstract. So you can actually see right over here, abstract is 5,000 characters. So I think this is interesting, right? 5,000 characters are not typically for abstract. Okay, so enter your abstract over here. So if you have more information, you can also paste your introduction. You can also paste your results. Results, I think, are good option than just the introduction. If you put results in this paragraph, you are going to get better results. But in this one, we will just add abstract. Abstract is typically 250 to, let's say, 350 words, not more than that. But you have the limit, which is 5,000 characters, not words, right? So characters, they may vary. So let's see how many characters we have. I'll go back to my the result that I've got from the search engine. So what I'll do is I'll also, why don't we select everything that we have acquired, because most of these search engines, they are going to work going to ignore other signs. So I can see I have pasted everything. Let's see if this works. So I have clicked by just copying the data that I got. Now you can clearly see I have 40 journals matching the paper. Okay, so interestingly, you have industrial crops and products, because the research that we have performed is typically on the citrus plants. So I think that is also good. And the results you got is you get the information of impact factor, you get the information of site score, you also get the time for the first decision, which is 9 days, which is good, and acceptance rate. Right, depending upon the study you have performed, you can select the journal based on the impact factor, site score, or acceptance rate. And it's open access. Most of the time they'll try to give you open access journals. So if you don't want open access journals, so you can just click over here. Now you will only get the journals with subscriptions. That means there is no need to pay anything from author side to these journals. In this one, you have to pay. So whenever you have open access, that means you have to pay. And if you have funding from the project, you can do this. Typically, you have to go with the subscription. Okay. So if we go down, this is first one. The second one is microbiological research. As I already told you, I think this journal is going to be well fitted in the scope of our study, and also our study is going to well fit in the scope of this microbiological research paper. So as you can see, open access and subscription also. So you have both of the options. In this, impact factor is also very, very high, and acceptance rate, you can actually see they are rejecting papers quite frequently. Right. So in addition to this, then let's see, last one, Journal of Pharmacology is also very good for our paper, because we are studying the role of medicinal plant or pharmacological activities of those citrus plants. Okay, these are some of the results. And then current research in microbial sciences, open access, European Journal of Integrative Medicine. As you can see, you are getting very, very good journals. And if you want to filter out specific things, you can actually use on the left side. I can just, opt out for any open access journal. I can only have journals with the subscriptions. I can also identify the range depending upon how much I need. So let's say I want above 2 and between 2 and 5, right? So you'll get all the papers, all the journals who are in this range. And you can also narrow down the search. If you want high site score, obviously you always want high site score. So you can also, let's not be so greedy. Okay, and then time for the first decision, you can also see you can decrease this. If you want journals to respond very, very quickly, you can even go for 20 days. I don't know if there are journals who are doing this. Chemico-biological interaction. I think this journal seems like a very, very good option. Acceptance rate is not mentioned, but you have subscription. Impact factor is also very, very high. Many of my research involves chemical and biological interactions, so I'm definitely going to consider this journal. So yeah, this exercise was very, very useful. Okay, as you can see, then you can also do the acceptance rate. If the acceptance rate is very, very high, time to acceptance. Okay, sorry, not the acceptance rate. We should have filter for that also. Okay, acceptance rate, not acceptance rate, but time for acceptance. Let's not go very, very high. We just keep it low. Microbial pathogenesis suits our needs. 70%, 71 days. It will respond very, very quickly, impact factor 3.3. So as you can see, interestingly, we have narrowed down the journals which are very, very suitable, which are good for our research. So this is all the journals which are in the publishers database for Elsevier. Use the tools that are provided by the publishers, and then you will be able to get good results by just doing filter-based search, and also based on what kind of journals that you are getting, because you are the better person to judge which journal is suitable for you for your research. It will give you some options, but you have to analyze your data and see which one suits best for you. And you can just select them, make a list of all those journals, and send the paper one by one depending upon your study significance. You can select a better journal first, and then you can, depending upon the output, you can decide which journal should be the next. Okay, so this is the journal finder for Elsevier. Let's move on to the second one. All right, so we are in the second publisher's website, and this is links.springer.com/journals. So in this one, what you can do is you can find journals, specific journals to your study, and we are going to do the same exercise. We have another tab right over here which can select the keywords. So I'm going to copy the keywords separately. So I'll go to the result first. I'll get the abstract. So I think in this case, I have to copy this abstract up until here, and then go to the journal finder, paste the abstract over here. And then next thing is I'm going to use keywords, although they are numbered, but anyways, okay, number is gone. So this should be comma separated. Usually keywords are comma separated. So I'm going to put commas in between, so that it can identify the specific keyword. And then you press on find journals right over here. What will happen, depending upon the data that you have provided, it will similarly provide you search results in a very listed way, very, very similar to the results that we have seen in Elsevier. So you can see microbiology. So that means all the keywords that we have added, depending upon the data that we have added, you are getting good journals. You are getting archives of microbiology, impact factor 2.3, 2.1, 4, World Journal of Microbiology and Biotechnology. So as you can see, the total 5-year impact factor is also given, right? Relevance. So you have another column which is relevance. So as you can see, they are highly, highly relevant, and the relevance goes down in applied biochemistry and biotechnology. As you can see, one dot is not green, now it's gray. So that means relevance is low, but you can still submit depending upon what kind of study you do. I'm not saying that, okay, rely 100% on this result. Maybe you can submit to this journal, but the relevance indeed, whatever abstract we have, is less for this journal. And also probiotics, antimicrobial proteins, I don't think we should submit into that. Current microbiology is good. And it also call for papers. So if you have call for papers, something like this, if you have that particular call for paper title or the topic is matching with your research, you have better chance. 3Biotech is another one. So you get a lot of microbiology journals, which is good, right? Otherwise, it will be difficult for me to identify journals. Brazilian Journal of Microbiology is also there, good journal. So all of them are really, really relevant, whatever data we have added. So the second tool also works great, gives me the list of all the typical Springer journal journals, so that those I can identify to submit my paper. All right, now let's move on to the third one. Here we are in the third publisher's website. We have journalfinders.wiley.com. In Wiley, what you can find out is you have this tool, which is Journal Finder Beta, where you can actually search by find matching journals or find journal by titles. But find matching journals, you have to provide the data. Manuscript title is required and abstract is required. You have 3,000 characters in this case. So I'll go again to my data. In this case, we don't have keywords, so we need manuscript title ready. In case of Wiley's Journal Finder, and in case of this, we also need title of the manuscript, which is tentative in this case, obviously, right? Okay, so let's go to the website and paste it. Now you just click on find. All right, as you can see, I got the results, and you can actually see they are again highly relevant to the study, but we are not getting microbiology as the top hit. In this case, we are getting the journals which are more like advanced healthcare materials, very, very high impact factor, right? So as you can see over here, we have another option if we want to have open access, if we want to have subscription based journals. So I can say not available on optional. Let's do optional, right? Okay, when I select optional, so we have open access plus optional. So these are all optional journals where you can select whether you want to pay or you want to just click on the subscription kind of mode to publish your results or the paper. So you can see advanced healthcare material. You can actually use this journal. You can submit to small, interesting. So probably small molecules are involved in this research. Advanced functional material, chemistry select, advanced materials, environmental microbiology. Look at this, right? We are getting microbiology journals, journal of basic microbiology. See more. You can also have more and more journals, but then the relevance is going down. Interestingly, you may not think that advanced healthcare materials is something that you should consider, but if your research involves creating some advanced materials by using those citrus phytochemicals that you have used in your study, this is going to be a good journal for your research. So you can do this exercise while you are doing your research and then modify your research objectives, maybe considering the particular journal. In this one, materials are required. So if you can create novel material, in this one, this paper seems to be very, very relevant for this journal with a very, very high impact factor. Another thing is when you select a journal, please read the papers that are being published in the journal and see what kind of quality that they are publishing. Depending upon you get a good idea that your paper seems to fit into the scope or the quality of that journal. Otherwise, if it's not matching top maybe 4 or 5 research articles that you download from that journal and see your article is up to the quality of that journal, then only you submit. Otherwise, it's going to get rejected straight away. So quality is very, very important. Data is very, very important. So you need to focus on that also. So this was Village Journal Finder Beta, another tool, very, very important tool. And one thing, these finders are going to be focused on their own journals. So it's not universal. That is why I'm telling you have to use at least 4 or 5 finders and then make a list of all those journals and compare their impact factor, compare their relevance, compare their, all the parameters. And then finally you decide this is the correct way to find a suitable journal. Now, last one, which I'm going to use is the Taylor's and Francis Journal Suggester. In this case, they are saying this is Journal Suggester, not finding or Finder, right? So this is another tool that you can use for all the journals that are Taylor and Francis publisher journals. So in this case, what you have is, okay, it also tells you all the steps. Step 1, paste the abstract, and then you're good to go. Just reveal suggested journals. So I think we have already pasted. No, that was the title. Now I have to go back and copy the abstract. Just give me 5 seconds. I'll go back to the website and submit my abstract right over here. Obviously, it's going to take a few minutes. And after that, we are going to get our journals that are relevant to our research. So as you can see over here, it is suggesting, which is most likely is very, very relevant to our research, Journal of Herbs, Spices, Medicinal Plants. Very good journal, right? So you can select open access in this also. Matrices. So if you want to know what are the impact factors, other data points, so you can also get the information by just clicking on matrices. So Journal of Essential Oil Research, you can actually get the data from here. Journal of Biologically Active Product from Nature, another one. Very low impact factor, but anyways, based on your requirement, you can select pharmaceutical biology and open access journal. So here you have to pay the fee. So this is very, very good because you can select the journal based on your needs. Here you can see an open access journal. Here you can see open select. So here you can select. So these are the journals you should be looking for, because here there is no need to pay the fee. You can opt out from the open access mode. So you can see this is a good journal, 6 impact factor, critical reviews in microbiology. We have recently published a paper in this one. Very good experience. Okay, and there are other journals. You have to read the entire scope of this journal, and depending upon that, you find out a suitable journal for your research. You cannot just rely on the results that you get, but you have to do some research, as I've already told you, right? All right, so these were the journal finders, and you can use all 4 of them, and depending upon your need, there are other finders also from the other publishers. The list is too long. I'm not going to go into that one, but I've suggested the major 4 publishers, and most likely you are going to submit your paper in those. And I think select the the better journal based on the relevance. The relevance is very, very important of your study. You cannot be publishing papers which are not relevant to your research. So do that, find out a journal which is more relevant to your research, and then submit the paper on that particular journal's website. Okay, so that was all. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll be bringing more videos and more hands-on tutorials. I'll provide more hands-on tutorials for you where you can understand the entire research process. So please stay tuned and watch all the videos. I'll meet you in the next one. Till then, take care.